Naomi Suzanne from Naomi's Home Health, guiding you to live a cleaner lifestyle and get that long-term health and wellness that we've all been looking for. So histamine, I get asked about histamine intolerances, and I get a few clients that have histamine intolerances. So I wanted to dive into that a little bit and, talk about what it really is. So I am going live over here on Naomi's Home Health Facebook page. If you're on Instagram and you don't know that, Naomi's Home Health Facebook page. And I have it's going into thyroid and hormone support group. And my Instagram is Naomi Suzanne Official. So, a histamine intolerance, I think sometimes we get wrongly diagnosed with histamine intolerance. And this is because testing isn't always accurate. Same as thyroid levels. When we get tested for our thyroid levels, it's always telling us that our thyroid labs are within normal range, and we often have a lot of symptoms and a lot of problems, and it's because there's other things going on in our body. So when we remove foods with high histamines, we can actually be removing foods that are doing us really good and cleansing our body and getting rid of pathogens. So you're not actually addressing the root cause. Why do you have a histamine intolerance? Removing gluten when you have a gluten intolerance isn't actually healing the gluten intolerance. It's just taking away what is giving you a reaction. We want to actually look at the root cause and find out why we have these problems. So drop it in the comments if you have ever wondered that, if you have a histamine intolerance, or you have an intolerance to anything and you want to know a little bit more about it. So, when you have these tests to say you are allergic to histamines or you have a histamine intolerance, it's likely that that food is killing off a pathogen that is releasing a toxin that's creating a histamine reaction. So often food is not natural, healthy food is not usually the problem. It's not working against us. Nature works for us, not against us. And this idea that constantly that fruits and vegetables are working against us and we can't eat them and whatever, unless you have an actual reaction where you can't breathe and your lips swell up, that is very different. But oxalates, histamines, nightshades are a lot of these foods are actually healing us. And when we consume these foods and they are trying to heal us, they're going to release some forms of like gases and toxins and all these sorts of things. So we actually really need to sometimes slowly introduce these things and be uncomfortable with the reaction. We're better off removing wheat, gluten specifically, dairy, eggs, canola oil, pork, soy. These are foods that we could do better without. Then we will have less reaction to histamines and gluten and not gluten, oxalates and things like that, nightshades, things that we are getting told it's the fruit, it's the vegetable, but we want to actually consume these to kill off, like fruits and vegetables have living water, they have antibacterial properties, antiviral properties, they help us remove heavy metal from our body. They're actually doing us good to consume these foods. So if you understand what I'm saying, drop it in the comments, give me a little wave, like this video, because I need to know if you are watching and you are understanding, if it's something that I'm really passionate about. And I know if you have a histamine intolerance, you don't have to go and bring all these foods in, but something that is really good to help ease that is bromelain, which is in pineapple, and the majority of it is in the core. So when you eat pineapple, eat the core as well. But these are some of the things that we can actually help us with. Also, if you want to reduce a histamine, oxalate, nightshade intolerance, adding herbal teas and certain things to cleanse our blood and remove these toxic heavy metals that are there. This is what's causing the reaction. It's what's in our body that's causing the reaction, not the food. We are consuming the food, it causes a reaction because of what's in our body. That is the root cause. That is what we want to get rid of. So if you remove lots of fruits and vegetables, you're removing the actual tools, whatever you want to call it, foods that is going to help you stop the symptom, stop the reaction, stop a lot of these things. So I don't go and ever recommend anyone, rightio, just introduce all these foods. I do things in a specific way and I'm very cautious about it. It's not, conveying it over a video is very different, and I work on people on an individual basis. So basically, we have a digestive system. When we eat our food goes in and gets processed by our hydrochloric acid in our digestive system, and that has 7 different aspects. Like, what did I say? Aspects. 7 different different acids in our body that helps. These 7 acids do different things and helps us break down our food, and that can cause a reaction. Spinach is one. Spinach goes into our digestive system. It gets a really bad rap. Baby spinach and all those things get a really bad rap. Histamines, oxalates, whatever, because it is actually cleansing our digestive system. We have pockets in our digestive system. Food gets stuck in there. It starts to go decay and rot in our stomach, and spinach comes along and cleans out our digestive tract. When we are cleaning that out, it's going to release gases and these toxins and all those sorts of things. So we get a reaction when we eat baby spinach, or some people do. So then we start thinking, I can't eat baby spinach. Same as garlic. A lot of people think they're allergic to garlic, or they're intolerant to garlic, because it's going into their body and cleaning out. It's an antiviral. A lot of us have a viral load in our body, and our body is literally trying to get rid of it. And these foods are actually helping us, but it is going to release a lot of stuff in our body. If you are getting severe reactions like that, where you are, I'm never eating that again because it's so bad for me, and all these foods, I'm getting all these, I feel terrible. That is because your body, your blood, your digestive system has a lot of toxins. Your liver is overburdened. It's impacted with a lot of things. So start to think about what's happening in your body. You can't get away with getting all this crap out of your body and feeling good. It's not going to work that way. You cannot heal and feel fantastic at the same time. You will eventually feel fantastic, but what's going to happen is it's going to cause some discomfort, some symptoms, some side effects, whatever it is you want to call it. But you cannot get away with healing without discomfort. And that's the physical side. The emotional side, the mental side, it's going to be discomfort. You're going to have to deal with it. I work with people, and we just do make one improvement at a time in one area. So you might be working on 3 things for a little while. And this is how we slowly introduce the process. It's just a slow process just to get your body into easing into healing. It's not going to happen. These programs that are promising in a couple of weeks you're going to do this and that, it's not going to happen. If you want healing to happen, you need to take your time. It's going to be time, effort, energy, but it's going to happen over a long period of time, and that's what we're going to work on. So we want to minimize discomfort, but you're going to get it, basically. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's going to be easy or anything like that, but it's all about your mindset. Do you actually want to heal? Do you want to feel better? And do you want to do the things that you need to do to find out what is actually causing your problems? Drop it in the comments if you are ready to feel better, reduce your symptoms, and start to not have reactions to everything. I couldn't eat gluten, dairy. I was all right with dairy, but some, and meat. Meat really made me, red meat, I will say, but specifically lamb, made me uncomfortable. What I found out about lamb was there was a certain chemical they were adding to lamb that was actually causing my discomfort. So some of these things are the problem, and it's you got to work with someone to find out what they are. Because invest in an expert, invest in somebody who's been there, who's working with other people. These are the people that you want to get your information from, and at your level, specific to you. I've got a lot of information on my pages, but it's information that you can kind of, put into practice here and there. But if you want specific help with certain areas, you need to talk to somebody who is going to help you with that. So this is what I work with. When I work with you, we work with the specifics. That's basically it. And we do it easily. And it's going to make you uncomfortable. We're going to do it just in your time frame, there's no rush. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So we're going to be doing it just to ease you into it. If you've done nothing, absolutely no healing practices whatsoever, I'm not going to go and make you change 1,000 things. That is ridiculous. It's going to be a couple of things here and there. When you're ready, we can move on to the next thing. We're going to create new habits by improving some of our current habits, and we're going to work that way. But jumping in and changing everything, that's where you're going to get the discomfort. That's where you're going to get some side effects, symptoms, whatever. We want to ease into it, and it's going to take some time. But I have time. So let's work together and work out how we can get you feeling better and have that long-term wellness, that long-term health and wellness, and everything that will be created by us together. It will be a habit for you now. It'll be something that you just do all the time. That's what it's about. Some of the things that you're doing right now is keeping you sick. A lot of the things. You didn't get into this state by accident. It's what you did over your lifetime. Whether you took antibiotics when you were a child, whether you've had a lot of pharmaceuticals, paracetamols. The fact that we just pop a paracetamol when we have pain or headaches or whatever, without even thinking about it, we've got to be conditioned to change that. There's a lot of things that can help us with pain and inflammation that we don't even think about. But it's just so easy to pop a pill. We're not fixing the root cause. We're not fixing the reason why we got the headache or the sore shoulder or whatever. We're just masking it with a pill. So I like to actually get to the reason why we have these problems. So let's get to that reason, find out what it is, and work together. So you will see, if you're on Instagram, you can book in a call with me. I do free 20-minute calls. You can book in a call. Link is in my profile. If you're on Facebook, you can. Rochelle will put the link to book in the comments, or message me or Rochelle, and we can work out a time that we can work together.